Hello and welcome back to The Buzz. My name's Baylie Barnes. Today I'm here with Judi Zitiello from the JT Townsend Foundation. Thank you, Judi, for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Great. So I guess we'll start. How did you get involved with the JT Townsend Foundation?
Well, 23 years ago, my husband and I moved here from the west coast of Florida and built a home on the first tee box of the Valley course, the Dye Valley course at TPC Sawgrass. The house that was being built next to ours happened to belong to Fred Funk, the pro golfer and 2005 champion, Players Champion. And he and my husband struck up a friendship, and one day we were sitting around and we were thinking, gosh, during Players Week, why don't we create a little fun, and started the Funk's Punks. And it was just sort of Fred's hometown fan club, and it was a lot of fun, and it grew and grew, and we would have an annual event in our backyard, and every year we would try to look for some kind of a charity to help. And then one year Fred actually won the 2005 Players, and came to us shortly after that. He had met a young man by the name of JT Townsend, and was asked to go to his home and sort of lift JT's spirits. And he had JT, as you know, was the Episcopal High School senior who was struck on the football field in his senior year and suffered a near fatal spinal cord injury. So he lay in a bed, completely paralyzed, quadriplegic. Fred was going to go there and lift and inspire JT. When he left JT's side, he called my husband and said, "I need you to meet this kid." He said, "I went there to lift this kid up, and he lifted me up." And he said, "I'm going to help him." So he, that day, decided to build JT and his family a wheelchair accessible home. They couldn't go to their own home because JT's wheelchair wouldn't fit in their home.
Oh, wow.
So he started, and with the help of many, many corporations and a lot of hard work and subcontractors, Cordell Builders, he built this home. He called us and he asked us if we could help to fill the house. So I went on radio and TV and actually registered JT with Bed Bath & Beyond and Target, and with all the things you would need inside a home. And as soon as I would enter something, it would say complete. The community of Jacksonville, and actually our viewing area all the way down to Daytona Beach and up into Georgia, embraced this kid and his cause. And so we filled the house. They moved in. It was our own, extreme home makeover kind of thing, situation. It was wonderful.
It's phenomenal.
Then JT had a dream. He wanted to repay the community that helped him, sort of a pay it forward. And we decided that maybe the best way to do that would be to create a foundation that would help. Our mission is to help children and adults with disabilities with financial assistance and with adaptive equipment that's denied by insurance, and also to fund some spinal cord injury research. So we started out with this foundation in 2011, and to date we've helped over 230 families with more than $450,000 in equipment and financial assistance. Yes.
How much does the normal, equipment cost for
That's the crazy part. A quadriplegic or a paraplegic or a child with cerebral palsy, they require a wheelchair that has a battery pack. Those wheelchairs aren't transportable without an adaptive van with a ramp or something like that. As the children grow, they become, the parents can't lift them in and out or put them in anything. So there's a thing called an adaptive stroller, and it can easily go in and out of a car. And it's not as big and bulky as the as the wheelchair with the battery pack. So these cost about $5,000.
Oh, wow.
It's a stroller, but it is, you know, it is approved by the AMA, and also, you know, has accessories for the child or the person specifically for their injury. So those, we give a lot of those away, and they're out of reach for most of the families. And when they apply for insurance, insurance says, well, you already have a wheelchair. You know, we gave you a wheelchair. That's all you get. So they're out of reach financially for these families, and we're able to provide them, and which keeps the family unit together, because now they can go to the ball field with the rest of the family and interact with the other
more activities
siblings.
that they normally otherwise wouldn't be able to do.
Exactly.
That's great.
Exactly.
So I guess what would be some of your biggest obstacles that you have with this nonprofit organization?
Funding. Yeah, of course. That's always the biggest obstacle. We do have an all-volunteer board of directors. We are a true nonprofit. If we need stamps or whatever we need, you know, the board of directors buys those things, and we try to use every penny that we fundraise for our programs. But, you know, there's never enough. The influx of the applications and the amount of money we have in our bank, you know, it just doesn't work.
Very hard to. So with that, like, you use a lot of volunteers. Where do most of your volunteers come from?
Hands on Jacksonville has been a great source of volunteers for us. Many times, for example, we had a fundraiser at the Jacksonville Jaguar game where they sold the raffle tickets of 50-50, and Hands on Jacksonville helped us to you know, have the manpower to be able to sell those tickets and raise some money. So yeah.
Just speaking of events, do you have any like events that are coming up, or?
Well, we do. And what has happened is, as everyone knows the story, our friend and founder, JT, passed away totally unexpectedly on June 4th of 2013. It was total shock, and the board of directors had an emergency meeting, and we, you know, agreed that JT would want his foundation to continue. So we continued with the fundraising and doing our thing, and we were happy for his mother, Carmen, to be able to work at our office. So we employ JT's mother, and she delivers all of the equipment and all. But unfortunately, in April of 2014, I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
Oh my goodness.
So I had to take about a year for a huge surgery and chemotherapy, radiation, and all of my treatment. So one of our other board members stepped up, Kelly Weiner, thank God for Kelly, and sort of took everything over and kept the fundraising coming. But without a full force, it was difficult. So my husband had a brilliant idea, the creator of the Funks Punks and probably JT Townsend Foundation. My husband Tommy said, let's do an annual golf event. So he talked to Fred Funk. Fred Funk was all for it. We created a new foundation called the Zitiello Foundation. And what will happen is we will have a huge event once a year at TPC Sawgrass, and we will fund two causes. One will be the JT Townsend Foundation. We hope through corporate sponsorships to be able to give a large amount of money that will sustain the foundation and its applications for a year. The other cause is a grant through Mayo Clinic, who saved my life, to research pancreatic cancer and to find, you know, a test for early detection. Pancreatic cancer is one of the 8 deadliest cancers on the American list, of the moonshot list that Joe Biden has come out with. They're recalcitrant cancers. What that means is they have a less than 50% survival rate. And pancreatic cancer is on the rise. We just surpassed breast cancer, and that's due to the funding and the wonderful research that's been done in the breast cancer area to save lives in breast cancer. So this foundation will fund research specific to pancreatic cancer research.
That's amazing. So if someone wanted to get involved from our community, how would they be able to contact you and get involved with your organization?
Well, the best way would be to contact us through our website or through Facebook, through the JT Townsend Foundation. And that website is jtgivesback.org. And on Facebook, we're JT Townsend Foundation. You can go on Facebook and just message us, and we would be happy to get a list of volunteers going for this huge event. We're going to need a lot of help.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Judi, for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. All right, and thank you so much for watching at home. We'll see you next time on The Buzz.